Hi there. In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health, and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis, and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset, and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi, today I'm joined by Helen Adams, who is the global leader of the female business revolution. Helen works with female entrepreneurs who are looking to smash their money blocks and really tap into their intuition and reach that financial freedom that they want in their life, the life that they want to create. And Helen has a mission to empower 1 million women around the globe to become financially free in the next 10 years. It's a real honor to interview Helen today because, as I said, she is the global leader of the female business revolution. And she is also one of my coaches. I've worked with Helen. She is absolutely amazing. I had a goal with Helen to create 10K in 2 months, and I actually smashed that and did 12. It was absolutely phenomenal the way she worked with me and created the mindset to overcome money beliefs, some that I didn't even realize I had. Some that I knew that I needed to work on, but Helen got them out of me. And we did like a timeline therapy as well, which is part of her 8-week course that she does, which is now 8 weeks to 12K. And it really lifted a lot of limiting beliefs at the same time when we did that together. Now, her timeline therapy sessions are actually, you can have them separate if you apart from the 8-week course. But it's definitely something I recommend with Helen because she is phenomenal. She does really care. She loves the women that she helps. You know, when I was going through certain periods in those 8 weeks and I was having meltdowns, she was on the call to me. She was on the phone to me and she was like, you've got to stop this, Tara. And she was helping me get back to the state and the level, the vibrational energy that I needed to be in. So have a listen to Helen. She's got some great insights in here. She's talking a bit about her program as well. And she's got a live event coming up in November. If you want more information on that, then you can get on her waiting list and be told when that's happening. That's in Manchester. And that is going to be phenomenal too. So let me introduce you to Helen, who is, as I said, the global leader of the female business revolution that you can become part of as she goes forward in her mission to empower 1 million women. Hi, Helen, and welcome to Happy, Inspired, Motivated. How are you today?
I'm much better today, thank you. As you know, yesterday I wasn't very well, but a good rest to sort of get me halfway there now. So I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday.
Good. I think you must have had some like energetic flu or something yesterday. It was just sort of like coming out of you, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. There was like sweaty body, rosy cheeks, all that jazz. Oh. And I didn't feel too brilliant, but the best thing they say, isn't it, a rest. Yeah. Sometimes a rest is what you need because like I had a lot of energetic stuff going up till that point. Yeah. And then it all sort of culminated yesterday, and I think that was like the fallout from it.
Well, you're looking very well today. You look very beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. See what Charlotte Tilbury does.
God bless her. So Helen, let's start by talking about your journey. So what you've done before and how you've actually got to the point where you are now.
Okay, Tara. Well, I'll try and make this a little bit short because, as you know, I've been round the clock a while, as you can see. So I'll just emphasize the main points. So right from the beginning, because this will help you understand what's going on. Yeah. Right from the beginning, I started out life as an only child. My dad was a headmaster and my mum was a teacher. Mm-hmm. So I had absolutely no chance. So from the beginning, since I was a little girl, I had this really strong sense that I couldn't be who I wanted to be. I had to be what they wanted me to be all the time and do what they wanted me to do. But I also have this really strong sense that one day I was going to break out of there and blaze my own trail.
Cool.
And there were two things I loved to do. I bet some of the listeners did this. Run upstairs after school with a hairbrush and stand in front of the mirror and start talking or singing.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I loved to do was play in school. I know this sounds a bit sad, but I used to love playing school. And I used to always want to be the teacher. So there was something in me there about moving people forward from a very, very early sense.
Yeah.
And I always remember when I was a little girl, I used to fall off to sleep and I'd have these dreams of myself being on this big stage with lots of people clapping. It was so exciting. And,
Nice.
you know, not knowing it, those little dreams as a child are the sort of basis for what your life wants to be. So when I was 13, I wanted to go to stage school. And I asked my mum and I asked my dad, and they were like, oh, no way. Stage school's not for you. You're not, acting's not a normal career. You're not going to make money with that.
Oh, that's really sad.
It was really sad. And, you know, they were like the mindset, get a 9-to-5 job, go to uni, all the usual sort of brainwashed stuff, if you like to call it that. And yeah, it was sad. And one thing that I realised there, part of my dream died, but there was some little voice inside me saying that sometimes your mum and dad don't know what's best. Yeah. You know. But a lot of the times when you're quite young and naive, you trust mum and dad, don't you? And you think, oh, well, maybe my dream was wrong.
Yeah.
And that was the first sort of turning point. So I followed what they said, went to uni, came out. A few months later, I got married and I had my little boy. And that was the best moment of my life, having my son.
Bless him.
Yeah, and how old is he? He's 27 now. So I think I've done a good job there.
Yeah.
But 8 months, when he was only 8 months old, his dad started cheating. And then what happened was a little bit later, it was just me and my son on our own. And I used to look at him and I used to say to him, it's just me and you, son, now, but we're going to do something really special. So then I followed my second passion, which was being a teacher. And I had all sorts of fun working with all kinds of people, all kinds of abilities. But my favourite one was the last teaching job I was in, where I made my school kids orchestra from scratch.
Wow.
And they got a silver medal in their first competition.
That's so cool.
Oh, thank you. I was so excited about that. When people ask me about my achievements, that silver medal thing, it's always up there with most of them because I absolutely loved it. Yeah. And I always remember the judge wrote on the report, every child on the stage looked like they were enjoying themselves. And that was like another lesson. When you're happy and when you're doing something that really pumps you up, everything you want is attracted to you, including money. Yeah. So after that job, I was looking for something else to do because I wanted a new challenge. And as you know, because you're into intuition as well and law of attraction, we see signs, don't we? We follow signs.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was in this bookshop, and this book on the shelf, it was called Be Your Own Life Coach by Fiona Harold. She was one of the first ever life coaches in the way back. Do you remember GMTV?
I didn't really watch it, but I remember it.
Yeah, she was on GMTV. I think it was that she was the first ever life coach. Cool. And she wrote this book, Be Your Own Life. So I was looking at this book and then I thought, it's something. So I started walking out of this shop and then something made me go back and buy the book. So I got into the book. I was really into it. I read it from cover to cover. And then after that, I went straight away and I signed up on a coaching course. And after that, I was on such a high that I actually managed to sign up 4 people all at once as clients. And like, what's going on here? Wow.
Now what do I do?
Yeah, I know. So I was so excited and I was getting through that. And then just as it was coming to the end, the fears started kicking in again. Mum and dad's voice, this isn't a proper job. You're not going to make money. It's all going to end in tears. Yeah. And then guess what happened? I started getting scared. The money started dwindling away. And I didn't realise at the time that what this was all about was because you're not happy and you're worried, you're not attracting money. I thought, yeah, mum and dad were right.
Yeah, definitely.
They always know, but yeah, you should listen to them. So to cut a long story short, between then and now, there's been this really roller coaster journey.
Yeah.
I've had highs and I've had lows, but one pattern I've always noticed: when I'm happy, when I'm doing what I love, I seem to get more money in the bank. And then when I'm worried, when, you know, I'm not believing in myself 100% and what I'm doing, everything dwindles away.
Yeah.
So after all that, the beginning of last year, I was getting more and more sort of intuitive messages that what I had to do was to, you know, use my intuition more. And I had to teach women how to be successful using their intuition, because that's a massive tool that we've got in our toolbox. And about, say, 95% of us women, we're not using it properly.
No.
And if we could do that, that could make so much of a difference. We could 10x what we're doing now. We could live those dream lives. And that's what I want to get everybody to do, because we didn't come here to be mediocre. We didn't come here to live a second-class life. We came here to be the very best versions of ourselves and enjoy everything life has to offer. And the big, big mission at the end of the day is to empower 1 million women across the globe in the next 10 years to become financially free and really create that life that they want.
Yeah, I know that's your goal, isn't it? And you are the global leader of the female business revolution, which is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And you are one of my coaches too. I've worked with you and had phenomenal results in just 8 weeks. And that's one of your programs that I know you do, which is the one I took. And some of the things that we did together were just absolutely life-changing. What can I say? They were just phenomenal. So I know that you work with women to create intuitive income. So tell us a little bit more about what that really means to people. What kind of what it means to open your intuition.
Yes. So really, in a nutshell, it's all about unlearning and relearning, because the way that we've always been taught, the way society has conditioned us, is to use the opposite of our intuition. We've always been told what to do. A lot of people, when they don't know how to use their intuition, they're frightened. They need somebody to tell them the next steps. And it's such a shame, because really, the first thing that we've got to learn is we've got all the answers inside us. We don't need to go to other people at the end of the day. Yes, we can exchange. Yes, we can mindstorm. But we've got something that's really powerful inside us that will never, ever take us down the wrong path. So to start with, I would say the first thing is for people to get in touch with their intuition. Because how many people do you know that like say, oh, I'm busy, and they find something to do, and they never like having these quiet moments because they don't like to listen to what comes. So,
but it's scary, isn't it, Helen? I mean, if you listen, when you listen to your intuition, like you said, you've got your parents in the background saying, well, that's not really a proper job, or don't be ridiculous, that's never going to work, that's never going to succeed. And you've got that, and it's overpowering your intuition, because you think your intuition is just this wispy little voice that you're making up. How can you tell the difference?
Exactly. How can you tell the difference? Well, the thing with an intuition, actually, it is a more quiet voice. If you listen to sort of voices that are going on in you, this sounds a bit mad, but it's true, because everybody has them. And listen to voices that are going on in your head. Normally, the intuition is the sort of whisperer. It is the quiet voice. And another way that I tell when it's my intuition, I feel like all the cells in my body are in harmony. When I'm hearing that sentence or that calm. Word is, it's a calm feeling. Your intuition is the calm one. The ego, the sort of devil voice, if you want to call it that, it's the shouty one. It's the one that screams in your ear. That's not your intuition. And the thing is, when you get used to identifying your intuition, then you'll open it up and you'll hear it more and more and more. And the first time you listen to it, it can be really frightening, because it could be telling you to do something that's totally out of your comfort zone. But once you go for it, the feeling on the other side is phenomenal. And it's almost like your intuition thanks you, because when you've done that one, you get more and more and more and more steps. and it just opens your the neural pathways in your brain. It just opens them up to different possibilities, different ways of behavior that you never thought you could do. And after a few weeks or months, you probably look at yourself when you're using your intuition. You've never recognized where you are now from where you were then.
Yeah, it's really easy, isn't it, to not see the journey that you've been through. I mean, when I first left my job to do coaching full time, it was really scary. And there have been moments when I've been like, shit, what am I doing? I'm not making any money, or, and maybe I'm not good at this after all. But then like last night I met some friends that I haven't seen for a long time, friends from abroad. They're over here doing some international work. And then one of them messaged me this morning. They were like, it was so great to see you. And I said, oh, thank you. You looked really well. And he said, you're looking amazing. You're glowing. And I was just like, wow, yeah. Not being, he wasn't saying that to flatter me. It's because I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing what I love. And exactly. Even those scary, dark times, I'm still following my dream. And I'm still following my intuition and my passion. And that makes you shine differently, doesn't it? It has a different glow. Does. Yeah, definitely.
And that's the thing. And I've just picked up on something you said there, because a lot of people, they think when it's a scary, dark time, they get the wrong signal. They think, right, this is happening because I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
And they give up. Whereas if they know before they go into it that scary, dark times are part and parcel of the journey, they're going to happen no matter what. Definitely, they'll go in there with a stronger mind, and they'll come out the other side quicker than they would do otherwise.
Well, some people think that if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, following your passion, following your dream, it's going to be easy, but it's not.
No.
Because for one reason, like I said about the ego, that keeps coming in and saying, hold on a minute, maybe this isn't the right thing for you, because it wants you to be safe. Yeah. Being an entrepreneur, for example, it's not a safe journey. There are ups and downs. It is much safer to go back to the 9 to 5 and get the salary every month.
Yeah.
But you're not lighting yourself up, and you're doing yourself a disservice, aren't you, by and other people that you could be impacting and you're not. And I know your goal is to impact like 1 million women. That's just like the best goal ever.
Yeah, I love it. And you get this sense of it being, well, almost your duty to do that.
Yeah.
As a mission. And you think, well, if you're not doing your duty, it's almost, well, it really is. You're living a lie. You're not living true to yourself. And when you expand, when you open up and you really do see that difference, then you know in your heart, I've lived true to me and I can be proud of what I'm doing.
Yeah. And having an impact on other people and making other people's lives better.
Yes.
I mean, the more you give, the more you receive. That's the way the law of attraction works, isn't it? You have to give to receive. If it's all take, then you're not going to get the results that you want.
Exactly. It's the balance, isn't it? And there's absolutely nothing better than helping someone improve their life. That gives me such a buzz. And that's like all the way through, even with the kids, when they were getting something right and they were getting a light bulb moment, or when one little kid was playing a difficult violin part and he got it and his face lit up.
Yeah.
Those are the things that really make it for you. Well, they did for me anyway.
Yeah, me too, definitely. I think that's the whole thing about coaching, isn't it? In whatever field you work in, it's all about the client and getting them results. That's what makes the job worthwhile, definitely.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, when I was working with you, there were times when I was like, oh my God, Helen, I can't do this. I don't know what I'm doing. And you was like, right, okay, give me a quick call.
Yeah, exactly. Kick up the bum time. Let's go. Because that's the thing. We can't allow those feelings to take hold of us. Yeah. If we need to process something, then process it. But what we've got to be careful of is we don't stay in that a minute longer than is needed. We get back on the horse and start riding again.
Well, I always felt better after our calls, and I was like, right, okay, I'm powerful. I can do this.
Yes. See, it works.
It does. And it did work. Yeah, it was amazing. And, more women should be joining you on this journey, definitely. And That's why you're the
Def-
global leader, because, women all over the world need your impact and your advice. So,
yes, definitely. Well, I'm really excited today because, as you know, things didn't go to plan yesterday, but I've still launched that program today, that 8 weeks to 12K.
Awesome. Wow.
So I can't wait to see the women coming on it and watch them transform in 8 weeks, and, not wait around, because why should we wait to get what we want? We should be doing what we need to do right there and then.
Yeah.
As long as we know that we're taking every action, then it doesn't matter how long the journey takes. The problem is when we sit there and we think, oh, let's wait to start this. Let's wait till after Christmas. Let's wait till the new year. No, your life is now.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
What's going to be different in a month's time, in 2 months' time? Why is your happiness and your freedom and your abundance, why does that have to wait? Why are you not a priority to put it first now? Most
exactly.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the fleas. Did you ever hear about that experiment they did with fleas?
No.
Right, I'll tell you what it was. They put a load of fleas in a box and they put a lid on top of the box. And the fleas were jumping up and they were banging their heads on the box. So they only jumped then to a certain height.
Yeah.
And then a little bit later on, the guy came and he took the lid off and the fleas wouldn't jump any higher. They were just jumping to where they jumped before. So, that's how things can shrink you back into a box if you're not careful. And that's this thing about following the crowd and say, oh, after Christmas, in the new year, whatever. No, you take charge, you blaze your own trail and you start right now.
New Year's resolution needs to start right now. It's a new year as soon as you decide it is. It's a new you as soon as you decide it is.
Exactly.
Totally. And I know you're planning on having a live event as well.
Yes, we're just waiting for a date for that now, but it'll be either mid or end of November.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit what's going to happen in that then.
Oh, the live event, right? We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a room full of networking ladies. And what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to give them some really powerful training. I'm going to share with them some gems on how they can start using their intuition and having that have a practical effect on their business. And they can implement it straight away when they go home from that event, so they can start seeing results and starting to transform their business. So that's going to be really, really powerful. Wow. And then we have networking as well. Networking is really, really important because what's the saying? Your network is your net worth. Yeah. Your network is your net worth. Yeah. And, having a room full of women and having that energy 10x is going to be really powerful. And, some of those contacts, you could be sat next to the woman who's about to become your best client or your best introducer. You never know. So that's another reason why people should be attending that. And then for those of them who, for one reason or another, will not have seen the program, I'm going to show that program again and tell them how they can really transform their lives. That 8 weeks is going to be the foundation. And once this gets out there, this is going to be changing the way that women do business all around the globe. And it's such an exciting thing. This is just the beginning of the revolution now. This is a spark. But when it explodes, it's going to be phenomenal. Seriously, we're going to increase. What's that stat at the minute? 53% of women, 53% of millionaires are female. We're going to blow that stat out of the water. Once this program goes on.
Yeah, definitely. And that's in Manchester, isn't it?
Yes, it's in Manchester. So people can come from all over. So you can come from all over the country, or if you really want that information, you can come from anywhere in the world. The female business revolution is a global revolution. Yeah. We would love to have you here if you're listening to this right now.
So we're going to put some links to that in the show notes as well.
Yes.
So we'll put a link to the 8-week program and also the live event that you're doing.
Yes.
Because that'd be awesome. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, definitely. That'll be brilliant. That'll be great. And, the more women we can see, the better. And, just to know that if you're listening to this right now, don't wait. If you're getting that intuitive pull, get on it now. Come onto my links, come onto my program. If you want to come to my event, come to the event, but do take that action for your sake.
Tony Robbins always says, don't leave the scene of a decision without taking action. So once you decide that, yes, I'm going to do something, just do one thing. And even if that's just send an email. So just for people to contact you, they don't have to, they're not committing to, signing up or anything like that, but just contacting you to see whether or not this is right for them.
And having a chat.
Yeah. It's just opening the door, isn't it, to more opportunity, more abundance. And, like you said about being in that room, when people mix energies and their energies are raising in vibrational energy because of what they're learning from you and how their minds are opening, that has a huge effect on their own physical energy and their mindsets. And, they're going to go away with a different energy and a different way of doing things, which is
they're going to be pumped up totally. And they're going to be in that mode where they achieve a ton of things, because once you're in that mindset, you just go faster, but it's a flow. It's not a struggle. So they can be part of that. It'd be amazing.
Yeah. Awesome. So any lasting words of wisdom for our listeners today, Helen?
Okay, Tara, I will say, whatever situation you're in right now, it all starts with a decision. I remember when I was at a really low point, I was dividing a tin of beans into 3 goals to make 3 meals. And I said, I want to get out of this. And I saw a woman on Facebook who was a coach. I thought, I want to work with her. I want to get the money to work with her. I made that decision. I did it, and everything started turning round. And that was about 1.5 years ago. So whatever you want to do, just make that decision. Just say yes to you. That's it. Say yes to you. If something feels right for you, then do it, because you're the most important person in your life, and you're worthy of what you want.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you so much for joining us today, Helen. I really appreciate it. And guys, if you're listening, get onto the links and get in touch with Helen, because, she's going to change your life. So, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. I'll be back next week bringing more meditation, mindset, and motivation for your happy and successful life. To find out more about our community, go to tarachatzakis.com/happy, inspired, motivated.